Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table, where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. It is Yo on the Go back here at the Style Table. I am here with my special guest, Laquita Monley. She is the CEO and president of Laquita Monley Solutions, LLC. And she also is the proprietor and owner of Laquita's Toolbox Network. Welcome to the show, Laquita.
Thank you so much for having me, Yo. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm super excited about the conversation we're going to have today.
Well, the first thing we want to get into is the fact that you are a coach, public speaker, trainer, minister. I can speak to that because you minister to me. Military spouse, and podcast network owner. So that's a lot. So we're going to try to package that up. And the first thing we're going to talk about is being a coach, a speaker, and a trainer. What do you coach on? What do you speak on? And how do you help people?
So thanks so much for the introduction. I know it sounds like I wear a lot of hats, and honestly, most women do. Most of us wear so many hats that we don't even remember that the hat is on because we're just functioning, going and doing. So even in the midst of all of those things, what I like to tell people about myself are the things that bring the most value to my life right now, where I am in my life. And that is my position as a wife, a mom, and a grandmother. Those three positions give me the most value in my life right now. And I believe that those three positions also lay the solid foundation that I have with being an effective minister of the gospel, as well as an effective speaker and coach. I'm certified through the John Maxwell leadership team as a facilitator, speaker, and coach. And how I help people, I like to connect with ladies and help them on their journey to identify their individual places of courage, destiny, and power. And that thing right there is what brings me great passion. That's my purpose in life, and I pursue that purpose with a passion because I firmly believe that when we understand who we are and whose we are, that sets the foundation and allows us to be solid on our identity. And everything about our life hinges on knowing your identity. Because when I know who I am, I clearly define my core values. When I'm clearly defining my core values, I get to map out this journey called life, right? And nobody or nothing can dissuade me or persuade me to go opposite of my purpose and passion. So that's just a little bit about who I am and some of the things that I do. Yes, I am a podcaster. Laquita's Toolbox Podcast. We drop episodes every Tuesday. We have an episode coming out, as a matter of fact, later this evening. Then I do have Laquita's Toolbox TV network that shows on Roku and Apple. And I'm also a best-selling author, Amazon's best-selling author on an anthology called When Women Rise. And I have my first work as a solo project as an author coming out May 14th. So a little bit of stuff going on, but again, like I said, the things that bring the most value to me are my roles as wife, mom, and grandmother, and the lessons that the Lord has allowed me to have operating in those positions prepared me for a life of ministry and a life as a speaker, coach, and facilitator.
Wow. Women, we do a lot of things. We're always busy. We're always doing tons of, and like you said, you don't even realize you're doing all these things, that you're
Right.
wearing all these hats.
Right.
And as a coach, what do you feel like are some of the things that people request from you the most?
The things that people request from me the most, honestly, if most people don't have a clear understanding of the difference between a coach, therapist, and mentor. And
Ooh,
so,
that's good.
as a mentor, we need to have great mentors in our life, absolutely. And generally, as mentors give instruction. They guide you, and they give instruction like your teacher or your basketball coach. They give you the instruction and the right answer, and hope and pray you make the right decision to follow those instructions, right? Then as a therapist, a therapist digs deep into the inner core of who you are helping you to see who you are, answering the hard questions, attacking the things that have been laying dormant that you need to attack. That's not my job as a coach. Neither one of those are my job.
Mm-hmm.
My job as a coach is to partner with you, walk alongside you in this journey, help you to craft the right questions that you ask yourself, and partner with you on this journey that you're doing the self work to identify who you are, identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities. I like my clients to do a SWOT analysis on themselves the same way that they would do it in their business. And it's my job as a coach to walk alongside you in this journey, to be sort of like a second pair of eyes, if you will. Or I like to use the analogy between, I'm a little bit of a sci-fi nerd a little bit. And so the difference between Yoda and Luke, Yoda didn't always give Luke the answers. He gave Luke a parable, and Luke had to figure it out. And Luke went out and did the work on his own and then came back. But Yoda was key to Luke's success. That's how coaches, good coaches, operate. I cannot be your therapist, and if I see that you do need therapy, then I'm going to highly recommend that you get a therapist. But I can definitely assist you as your coach while you're walking and figuring out this journey called life.
And coaches are so essential because, like anything, you kind of already know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
but you still need that cheerleader, that
Yeah.
person that says, I know you want to do this, or you think you want to do this, but you really know that you probably shouldn't do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you should do this thing. And you kind of know in the back of your mind, you just need that person to give you that push.
Yes. Yes.
You need that person to give you that push in the direction that your mind has already told you need to go in.
Absolutely.
And help you get into the place of acceptance.
Yes.
I know as a wardrobe strategist, I try to deal with people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's deal with where we are and deal with that thing first. And then, and that technically you need to just accept where you are and work from that place, as opposed to, trying to get back to a place that is probably realistically not feasible for your current lifestyle. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's absolutely a major role that we play as coaches. I'm that different, that second set of eyes that you've paid me to be very realistic with you, not to discourage you,
right,
but to be very realistic with you, and to give you that series of questions that cause you to think deeper and to be more honest with yourself about the decisions that we're making or that you want to make, and how we're going to map out these goals, right? Like the goal is attainable right now. Then, okay, what are the things that we need to do in order to attain that goal? Or the big question is, why do we even want the goal in the first place? Is what we're doing is in alignment with who we are and our core values? Or
Mm-hmm.
are you pursuing something based off of someone else's ambition or someone else's idea or determination of what success means? Or is this you internally? Like, is this really you and the desire of your heart? And if it is, why? And why is not a bad question. Why is not to persuade you to not to do it? When we can answer those deeper questions within ourselves, it gives us the ability to lay a firmer foundation, or say it like this, to be able to map out a more clear strategy on how to accomplish the goal.
Right. That's it. That's it. Because when I think about myself or my friends or family, everybody has goals they want to attain, but you have to be realistic. No, a coach is not going to be here to tell you, no, don't go for your dreams, but a coach is also going to help you be realistic.
Mhm.
Think, help you think through being realistic about those goals.
Right, right. Like my client comes and he or she has a goal of, okay, I want to earn $1 million in a year. Great. How are we going to do that? What is your plan? That's feasible. That's doable. But what is the plan? How,
Exactly.
what product or service are you offering? What things or stuff are we doing, you know, to generate what we need to generate, the money that we need to generate in order to earn $1 million in a year? Is it doable? Yes. Now, what's the strategy? And
Exactly.
that's my role there. Let me
Hmm.
help you with the strategy, because most people have a broad goal. And it's my job to help you think through that and to break that elephant down into more manageable bite-sized pieces so that you can
Mm.
do smaller attainable goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, etc., so that we can get to accomplishing that big goal.
Boom. That's it right there. That's it right there. You all, when we come back from the break, we are going to talk about Laquita's toolkit. We need to know how we can hear it, find out about it, and what she's got going on with that. She has so many gears. See you when we come back. All right, everybody. It is Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table talking with Laquita Monley. She is also a podcast network owner. So she has a video a video network as well.
Yes. So
So let's hear all about that.
so we have Liquidus Toolbox TV. That you can find that on Roku TV, as well as Apple TV. If you go to your App Store, Google Play, and download it, you can have it right there on your smart device or on your smart TV. And Liquida's Toolbox TV, as well as my audio podcast, the mission is the same for both. It's my desire that when people tune into any programming that they may find on Liquida's Toolbox TV, that they're able to leave with tools that they can use in their personal growth and development, as well as their professional growth and development. My weekly podcast, definitely. The guests that I interview on a weekly basis, the value that they bring to the table, and the tools that they leave with the Toolbox audience are all designed to help the Toolbox audience to live out their best self, to develop their best self, to walk in their destiny of who they are. And if you don't know who you are, listen to the toolbox and we can give you some good tools to help you to start to map that out. If you do know who you are and what you want to do, and you said, okay, but I don't know how to start, you can find tools available on Laquita's Toolbox audio podcast that can help you answer those questions. All you have to do is go back and look in the archive podcast, or start from this moment listening to each weekly episode, and guaranteed you'll find something that you can use.
Oh wow. Wow. That is so exciting. And
And you also have a book.
I do.
So we want to talk more about that book as well.
Awesome. Thank you. So I have a book coming out May 14th, and it is called Redefining Success: the 8 Tools That I Use to Develop a Growth Mindset. This is a passion project of mine. This is going to be the first of 4 books, series of books. And it's the tools are and lessons that you pull from each chapter in the book are life lessons that I learned, and I just highlighted certain significant key things that have happened in my life and how I was able to grow through those situations, and the tools that I learned to develop a better mindset. And what I would love the reader to take away from that is personal ownership of the consequences of our decisions is necessary. Personal ownership of the consequences of our decisions requires massive personal growth and maturity. It's necessary. It's necessary in order to go to that next level. Whatever that means for you, to go to that next level of success, we have to take personal responsibility for the decisions that we have made, right? One of the other big takeaways is, again, identity. Everything we do in life hinges on our identity. When we don't know who we are, we make decisions, random decisions based on emotions and temporary emotions that could have a lasting lifetime impact, positive or negative, on our life based off of a temporary emotional situation when we do not know who we are. So identity is absolutely important. And one of the third things that I'll share, a takeaway from the book, is this as well. The relationships that we develop across our lives are absolutely imperative. Our network determines our network. Those that we choose to partner ourselves with have the ability to help us to reach our goals, or they have the ability to keep us in the proverbial loading bar. So we have to make good decisions. And I'm not just talking romantic partners, platonic partners, business partners, anybody that you choose to bring into your know, like, and trust circle of your life. We have to have a system in place to discern who deserves to be in our inner circle and who does not. But we won't have the ability to do that when we don't know our identity. Everything hinges on our identity. So those are just three takeaways from the book. There are 8 great tools. And again, that book will be out in May 14th. Redefining Success, 8 tools that I use to develop a growth mindset. And it's phenomenal to me. Of course, I'm biased because I wrote it, but I really believe the readers will be blessed by the simplicity of the book and the powerful takeaways.
And when you mention knowing who you are, I think a lot of times people also hide behind, as a stylist, I see people hide behind designers and expensive clothes.
Yes.
To cover up their real self.
Yes. And it happens even when, as a coach, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. Even in this entrepreneurial journey, a lot of people aspire that for the status that they think that it will bring, and it's used as a Band-Aid or a cover-up for the things that they really need to deal with from their past, the areas of brokenness from their past, where there's some voids and there's some valleys and there's some things in their past that they haven't quite healed. They've got unhealed hurts, unresolved issues, and unmet needs. And instead of doing the work, we want to cover it up. But what we think society will say is success, or, especially, I can only speak as a woman, right? A lot of time, in my story, I started out as a teenage mom at age 17. I got pregnant in high school, had to delay college for a long time. And in that process of life, I had 5 kids. and started college really late after all of my peers that I'd gone to high school with were already done and careers going. And here I am starting over. And so there was some places and points in my life where I felt like I had no value. I had no self-worth. And so obtaining those degrees, I thought would bring value to my life, climbing the corporate ladder, even though I was late starting to climb, so to speak. I thought that would bring value to my life, or climbing the church corporate ladder in terms of, okay, going from lay member to minister to elder, pastor, et cetera, that would bring some value to my life. It caused me to have some self-worth. And, one day the Lord had to speak to me and show me who I was to him, why he created me, so that I would stop using these outside things in order to cover up what he wanted to heal and we need to deal with and wanted to heal me in, so that I could walk in the purpose and plan that he has for my life. So we use a lot of things as cover-ups, and sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. Sometimes we don't realize we're doing it. So, and that's again another reason to have a great coach in your life, and also to connect with a good therapist, because sometimes some of that deep work, we do need that extra help.
Right. And it's I'm a big proponent for therapy as well as coaching, because you really need to deal with what's on the inside, because people, I call it closet therapy, because sometimes you're in someone's closet and there are other things they're not moving forward with how they want to look because of deep hurts that have happened to them, that they just want to shy away from the world. Maybe when they were very stylish at one point in their life, maybe that was something that caused them to be so deeply hurt that they reverse. And those are things that are bigger than I am.
Yeah.
There's only so much that I can do, but I will always support, encourage someone to get a coach, to get a therapist, because that's what you need. I'm just somebody's helping you further cover up the deep wounds. I want you to be healed on the outside, on the inside. So when I help you on the outside, you feel even more empowered. I'm kind of the icing on the cake.
The cake, yeah.
That's how I like to look at what I do.
Absolutely. That's real good. I mean, absolutely. Men and women, we tend to cover up our physical appearance, and so if I look good on the outside, and the world won't know how broken I am on the inside.
Right. And the confidence doesn't come really out in those clothes unless you are really good on the inside. It definitely, and people can see through it. I talked to a lady who said she remembers going to a conference. This lady sat down with her designer purse, but the lady complained the whole time about the purse and worrying about every little thing. Oh my goodness, this costs this and parking costs that. Okay, well then why do you have that purse? You're using that purse to represent something else that doesn't really represent who you are on the inside. And people see through that. People see right through that.
Right.
People are smarter than you think.
Right.
So, Laquita, please tell us how we can connect with you.
So I love to be active on social media. So if anyone wants to connect with me, they can just Google my name, Laquita, Laquita, Monley, Monley, and all things Laquita Monley will pop out. You'll find my website. You'll find the links to Laquita's Toolbox TV, as well as to my podcast. And you will also find all of my relevant social media handles. I'm most active on LinkedIn, but I do have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as a YouTube page. So depending on the listener's favorite mode of social media, you can reach me on those, and my handles are always Laquita Monley. So just Google Laquita Monley and check me out. All things Laquita Monley will pop up.
Awesome. And you guys know you can always find me on atthestyletable.com. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Also at the Style Table LLC on YouTube and TuneIn.